I just want to read a piece that I found on the Justice Reporting League. I can't remember what that is, but it's an organisation. And I just want to read this article out to you. Long Island has a rich and enduring legacy of corruption. Reporting continues to cast particular dark shadow over Suffolk County. In June 2019, while an office and former presiding officer of Suffolk County legislature claimed that he was threatened by corrupt individuals, that he spoke with the FBI about corruption in Suffolk County, and that the FBI acknowledged it. Those allegations should give every thinking person pause. Systematic corruption has plagued Suffolk County Police Department and Suffolk County District Attorney Office and Suffolk County legislature for far too long. I have no idea what that means. It must mean a legal department or something. Oh, I've never seen that word so much in my life, but until this case. Eliminating its roots and branches, we will require sustained civic engagement, scrutiny, and political accountability. This page is an attempt to scratch the surface. One question that should be front of the mind when contemplating corruption on Long Island is, why do Nassau and Suffolk County residents have to rely on the federal government to protect them from corrupt acts of their elected, appointed officials? The ever-expanding regional rogues gallery that follows is a cautionary tale of public trust and betrayal, of the importance to earn trust and the perils of blind faith. Long Island, we have a problem, says Suffolk County Presiding Officer Dwayne Gregory. I made a serious allegation. I've spoken to the FBI about my allegations. Do you know what the FBI said? They said there was serious corruption in Suffolk County. Serious corruption. Click on the image with the view and I'll watch that maybe now. Mm. 7 hours long. Wow. 7 hours long. Anyway. Former Suffolk County Police Chief pleads not guilty after sex sting arrest. 11th of September 2003. Greg Kegel and PC's Xing and NBC New York staff. Click here for the heading and read the article. James Burke had initially been charged with soliciting a male prostitute after offering sex and addiction to indecent exposure and public lewdness, but the former two charges have since been dropped. Why? I don't know what's up with my dining room today. My speaker. Two charges dropped against him. Former Suffolk County Police Chief arrested for soliciting sex worker in a park. I reckon Newsday are paid off. For all these things, these articles that have been deleted. Busted ex-chief blocked FBI probe into Gilgo Beach murders. Disgraced former Suffolk County burke chief denied bail on the misconduct case Friday, stemmed from the FBI's investigation into the Gilgo Beach serial killing for years. The Post has learned Burke, who was busted Wednesday for allegedly assaulting Smith Townman in 2012, refused to keep feds in the loop of the unsolved murders of 8 women and a toddler near Gilgo Beach. That's because he learned he was in the FBI's crosshairs for assaulting Christopher Loeb, who allegedly stole his sex toys, source said. Burke never wanted us involved in this case because he knew we're investigating him, said the federal source. Disgraced Gilgo Beach chief pushing FBI off the gang case. The MS-13 gang case led to out-of-control violence within 26 murder sprees. Oh my God. Disgraced Long Island Police Chief James Berg not only botched the Gilgo Beach murder probe, but his decision to stonewall the FBI also had a catastrophic impact on the local fight against malevolent street gang MS-13, an ex-detective has said. Rob Trotter worked as a detective in Suffolk County for 25 years before reluctantly retired in 2013, just 1 year after Burke's appointed as chief, citing rampant corruption within the department's upper echelons. While Trotter was still a cop, he served on a special FBI task force formed in 2010, but two of his colleagues, John Oliver and Willie Maldonado, the unit was tasked with bringing violence under control in the predominantly Latino neighborhoods of central Islip and Brentwood, where Salvadorian street gang MS-13 had established a foothold. At the time, MS-13 was believed to be responsible for a series of brutal unsolved murders, and the FBI was called in by the county to help stem the rising violent tide. Trotter told the US Sun the task force was proving incredibly effective, but suddenly, shortly before Labor Day 2012, Burke pulled the plug and transferred him, Olivia and Maldonado, off the MS-13 case, beat and into peaceful low-crime district. The veteran detective went from testifying in a money laundering case in Costa Rica to a local beat investigating thieves stealing copper pipes from abandoned homes. He retired from the department the following year, successfully ran to become a legislator for Suffolk County. 13th District, a position he still holds today. Burke's decision to dissolve the task force came as part of a wider effort to eliminate all FBI influence on the Suffolk County law enforcement. Months earlier, he had also refused FBI assistance into the Long Island serial case, which began months before he took office, after 11 bodies were found in Ocean Parkway in 2010, mid-2011. Burke's deliberate efforts to block the FBI participating in the probe fueled rumours of a police cover-up. After Burke was arrested in 2015 for brutally beating a man who stole a bag from his car containing sex toys and porn. Wonder what type of porn? Many called Burke himself to be investigated. Burke had been accused of stonewalling the FBI to cover up the corruption culture he was cultivating within Suffolk County. In addition to concealing his proclivity for hiring sex workers and consuming hard drugs, all the while, MS-13's presence on Long Island proliferated in the last decade, and the gang are believed to be responsible for over 52 deaths at least on Long Island, and the membership has reportedly multiplied to more than 2,000. Former Donald Trump visited Brentwood in 2017 and said MS-13 was turning the community and others like it into a bloodstained killing field. Police on Long Island are still trying to get a grip on the violent criminal enterprise today, and Trotter blames Burke for the bloodshed. "It was horribly damaging," said Trotter. "If Burke's decision to freeze off the FBI, in my desk right there, here, I have 13 homicides that were solved by John Oliver, but Burke pulling the plug, 3 detectives, myself, John Oliver, and Willie Maldonado, because MS-13 to get out of control. Olivia and Maldonado should speak Spanish. They were unbelievable detectives, and they brought the more resources of the FBI. When they pulled those guys out, the FBI went to Nassau County, and what happened in Suffolk County, I think 26 people ended up getting murdered. It's insane what he did." In the years after his retirement, Trotter said that he confronted County Executive Steve Ballone, who appoints the Chief of Police, urging him to fire Burke. He said this to Ballone when he was this happening: "What, are you crazy? It's so bad. The President of the United States came here and called Suffolk County killing fields for MS-13. Now wouldn't you fire the guy right off the bat for that? It's insane." That's what he thought about it. A witch hunt. John Oliver, the star detective on the MS-13 task force, was later resigned after he was charged and arrested with a crime he didn't commit but was pressured into confessing to. Olivia pleaded guilty in 2014 to official misconduct in connection with the wiretap investigation conducted by 2 of Burke's most trusted cronies since the disgraced Suffolk County District Attorneys Tom Spotter and his aide Christopher McPartland. He was accused of unlawfully leaking information to the press. However, a subsequent investigation will later find that Spotter and Portland unconstitutionally targeted, investigated and prosecuted Olivia to retaliate against him. During the federal trial, it was revealed that Spotter and McPartland, Burke and other members of their inner circle referred to themselves as the administration. They deemed Olivia to be an enemy of their corrupt regime because of his affiliations with the FBI. They also believed he may have been leaking embarrassing information about them to the press as they tapped his phone. Burke pulling the 3 detectives, myself, John Olivia, and Willie McEldonough, caused M13 to get out of control. It was so bad the President of the United States came here and called it a bloodbath. In 2014, he pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor charge of official misconduct and was sentenced to conditional discharge. Prosecutors said Olivia allegedly provided information to Newsday about the string of armed robberies, which he denied. He also pleaded guilty through duress as a result of the direct made by Spotter and McPartland to harm him and his family. Olivia's attorney said at the time, Spotter and McPartland had obtained a court-sanctioned wiretap on Olivia's phone through misrepresentations and fraud upon the court, and used the personal information from listening to his conversations over 4 months to coerce his guilty plea. His defense team argued. In 2021, Olivia's claims were substantiated and he was cleared of all wrongdoing. In the county agreed to pay $1.5 million in damages. Schroeder said that was Burke and his and co.'s treatment of Olivia that made him quit the department. He explained, the reason I decided to leave the police was, one, because I thought I was going to be arrested by a corrupt district attorney and a corrupt chief of police. There was a fear they were going to set you up, which is exactly what they did to my old partner. These people, as you will know, and as my played out over the years, were capable of doing almost anything. They thought they were in control of Suffolk County, and they were wrong. Thank God and federal government stepped in to clear it up. Catastrophic failure. Spoter and McPartland convicted on corruption charges after obstruction of federal civic rights investigation into Burke's assault on handcuffed prisoner by orchestrating a cover-up of the assault. They are still in prison and recently lost an appeal, overturned the charges. Burke, meanwhile, was convicted in 2016 for violating civil rights of a prisoner. He beat Christopher Loeb and conspired to obstruct a federal investigation into the incident. He pleaded guilty to the charges and was sentenced to 46 months in prison and 3 years of supervised release. After his arrest, numerous details about Burke's troubling past, corruption antics and allegations of sex exploits would come to the forefront of the wake of his arrest. The allegations included frequent consumption of hard drugs and patronizing sex workers, cross-dressing and history of violent behaviour. Schroeder stands in front of a wall of newspapers he collected documenting the Suffolk County and his displays in office. Wow. Tom Spoter was born 1941, is a former American attorney and politician who served as district attorney of Suffolk County, New York, serving from 2002 to 2017, but was disbarred on June 10th, 2020. Spoter resigned November 10th, 2017, after he was indicted on federal charges of obstruction of justice investigations of Suffolk County Police Chief James Burke. Spoter was subsequently found guilty and sentenced to 5 years of federal prison, fined £100,000.